Hello adventurers, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am at a bit of an impasse. I was in the Laramie area and I planned on going to one more museum, only to find out that they're only open 2 days a week, Monday and Wednesday, and it is definitely not either of those days. So I decided instead that I was going to move on, and over the past few days I've been looking as to where exactly that will be. And I've downloaded some offline maps, but I've been continuously just checking to see kind of what's going on, where I would be the safest, and where it would be the most productive for me to go. And I've ruled out my original plan of going to Cheyenne and then dipping down into Colorado that way because of the wildfires. Not only is the smoke really, really terrible, but also the fires are starting to get a bit more uncontrollable because of the winds. I've been checking out a lot of different apps, a lot of different maps, a lot of different pieces of feedback from different departments that have fire coverage in those regions, and I have determined that we're just gonna have to come back later to those. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just not great. Now, I could go ahead and go to Cheyenne because Cheyenne is fine and it's not super far away. However, I also don't want to go that way and then have to double back just because it seems like it's not a productive use of my time. So realistically, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start heading down south through Colorado, and I'm going to kind of go through this corridor that currently shows there are no fires. I am hoping it continues to show there are no fires as I go this way, but the weather's pretty unpredictable, so wish me luck and let's get on the road. Since I am going to be driving for a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and put this in the Road Pro. This is a spicy sausage with egg, potato, cheese, and green chile burrito. So I have had this in the refrigerator so it could thaw out from frozen. And so I should be able to have this nice and toasty roasty in less than 20 minutes. We love a good burrito. And if this is tasty, then this will be a perfect lunch. So I'm just going to put this inside. Ooh, this is a little bit bigger than I thought it would be. I thought it would be like those little tiny ones that you get. This is a decent sized burrito. Now I'm gonna put this inside of my little aluminum pan like this, and then it goes into the Road Pro like this. We close it up, latch it, plug it in, and forget about it for like 20 minutes, and then I should have lunch ready. It is on, so we just wait. And I figure what I'll do is I'll pull over somewhere in about 20 to 30 minutes, take a stretch break, have my lunch, and I'll be ready to go. I'm just debating on if I want to top off. I'm at about 3/4 of a tank, so I should be fine, but also this drive's like 3.5 hours. I'm gonna take it back to Leadville. I just wanna go to someplace that it's cooler, where I can just sit still for a couple of days and just enjoy myself, and then I'm going to plan all the activities for me and Riley. And so that's gonna take a little bit of time. I also, at some point, have to figure out some Wi-Fi that is decent, because all of the Wi-Fi I've been using has been horrible. I don't foresee Leadville being that particular answer, but maybe along the way I'll end up taking a mountain pass to another community, and I kind of want to go to Crested Butte. After earlier in my journeys I did that, so maybe I can go to Leadville and I can learn a little bit more about Crested Butte and where exactly I can stay there. That would be really cool. So that's an idea. But one way or the other, we're getting back to Colorado today, and we're getting to a place that is in high altitude, cooler temps, and a place to just kind of whoosah. I also need to figure out how many miles I've gone, because I'm pretty sure it's close to 52 or 5,300. It may be more at this point. I'm not sure. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, we're off, and I'm really happy we're not on that side of the road, because all these people are stuck as a result of one lane being closed, and so the truckers are on a hill having a really hard time getting up the hill, so it slows everybody down. It's just going on and on and on. Meanwhile, we are heading in the opposite direction. So they are headed towards Cheyenne right now, and that's where the construction is. It's from Laramie to Cheyenne, going towards Cheyenne. The other side, however, nice and open and free, which makes me happy. And I have about 7.9 miles until I get to my turn. In the meantime, these guys might still all be here. The line of traffic goes on for like probably 10 miles, because I can see it even past where I am right now. It's pretty ridiculous. Like even all the way out here. Ooh, that's bad. That's bad. Here we go. We're taking the exit, and then I'm gonna get some gas, and then we're going to be on our way. It just told me that I need to turn to the left. There is a gas station over there, so that's what I'm gonna do. I will be back to go to that other museum. I cross through here pretty frequently, so now that I know what exactly there is that I missed out on, I also want to go to the state park, which is just outside of town, about 11 miles. It was just too hot today. It's very warm, and the hike I want to do is a little bit more in depth. Okay, pulling into the Big D. That's also a Sinclair. And maybe I can wash this window too. Maybe that'll help. Do they have washing things, maybe? We're gonna hope that they do, because the windshield is nasty. Between Wyoming and Montana, I'm not sure which one had the worst bugs, but I know that they're giving Texas a run for its money right now, because Texas has huge bugs, and there's lots of them, but these are like tiny little bugs that you'll just hear them pitter-patter across your windshield, and then you look at it and you're like, I can't see anymore. There's 4,000 of these. How did they get here? You know the drill. Open, open and twist. Swipe, which you guys can't see. And last but not least, pump, $3.39 a gallon. Here we go. Normally this is where I would throw away my trash, but I already did that. So time to wash the windshield. Oh, that's not gonna work. Let's see about this one. Is this one better? Barely. This will work though, this will work. Okay, so that thing was terrible. It was just outright terrible. I got $10.93 worth of gas topped off. We're good to go. The windshield is slightly better. Not good though, not good. Still lots of bugs. Part of it is there's just a lot of bugs. Yeah. The other part is though that both of those were terrible. And I tried to like go in and scrub with like the corner. No. It didn't really help. So it's fine. It's fine. Is it though? I mean, I can see better, so I guess so. But man, I guess I'll have to get a better scrubbing of the window. That's okay. I'll get gas at some point and I'll do that. And man, Big D, you failed me just a little bit today. You failed me. But with that said, let's get going. Okay, 3 hours and 20 minutes. Also, the other route to Leadville that would have taken us in the opposite direction through the really bad stuff, because of that traffic, it went from being the fastest path to the slowest. Just by coming here and then resetting my map, that little issue back there that I showed you guys added an hour and a half to the drive that was going to be, instead of 3 hours and 20 minutes, it was going to be 3 hours. So now it is 4 hours and 30 minutes. So this is definitely the quickest path. According to the map, I get to go for 64 miles straight before my next set of instructions. I know at some point will be Colorado. I'm just not sure how far that will be from here specifically. But it's gonna be great. My food should be ready before long, and then I'll be able to pull over and eat, maybe at some place pretty. I'm hoping that there's some cool stops along the way. So wish me luck, guys. Oh, I can already see the smoke. I knew this was gonna be a factor of our travels this way, just in general, but I can see them already, and I haven't even made it out of Wyoming yet. And that kind of reminds me that I haven't picked a song of the day. Now, there's lots of songs out there that are called Fire, and I don't want to necessarily use one of them. So instead, I kind of am going in the same nature, but like in a more positive way, because I believe that we should definitely be sending positive vibes to everyone who's being affected by the fires right now. So I'm going to pick Owl City Fireflies. It's a more upbeat song, and to be honest, like, nothing good comes of these fires, so that one is a little bit more peaceful for the drive and a little less nerve-wracking. Currently, as I am driving, there are 4 fires just within a short distance of the Denver metro area, and each of these fires is not good. But the main one, the Alexander Mountain Fire, is the one that's right over by Loveland. I've seen several evacuation orders now for that one. They're saying that today is a bit more favorable in way of the weather, so that's good. Maybe that'll help them, and the winds won't be as strong, and so they won't spread. And I know by the time that you guys are watching this, this is already played out, and you already know what ultimately happened, but in these moments, this is reality while we're traveling. Like, you never know what's happening, so it's very important to stay up to date on what's going on, which is why I've put in so much extra behind the scenes work trying to figure out where it would be safe. It's not good. It's not good. Oh, I just hope that it remains safe while I'm going through Colorado, and that the areas that I'm choosing to go to are not going to be affected by anything. But this is a really bad time of year, so you never know. So I'm just going to proceed with lots of caution no matter where I end up. And that's the best that we can do. In the meantime, as you can see, there's a lot of haze. One other thing, I've been using Watch Duty and then also Google, and I have notifications set up for both of them for the weather, if it should change or shift with the fires. With Google, I typically do that, as well as Apple Maps for weather conditions. So if there's extreme winds, I get notified. If there's a tornado or some kind of flooding that might be ahead, I get notified. And this is the only kind of notifications that I like on my phone. I don't like notifications from pretty much anything else. With Watch Duty, I have notifications set up to alert me if I'm driving into an area that is heavy for smoke or evacuations or anything like that. And I do appreciate that with both of these apps, I can do that. In addition, I typically pull up the Department of Transportation maps when I go through an area that I know is affected by something, just so I can make sure they haven't had any road closures. I did that yesterday before plotting my course in this direction, and everything looked fine. Those are usually the resources that I turn to whenever I'm having any kind of like weirdness. And then I also consult always the Department of Transportation for the road conditions, just to make sure there's no closures. Now, each state has their own access to those, so I do encourage you just to kind of look into the states that you're going to. It could be all the difference between you being safe and sorry. With that, I've got a long drive ahead, 182 miles. Here we go. Okay, this is kind of a good update. In the Front Range area, which is the area that doesn't go between the mountains, it was super, super smoky. But as soon as I came into like the valley areas, you don't see near as much of the smoke here. So this might not be terrible. As I continue going, it may get worse. But as of right now, like, I can see very clearly. It doesn't look anything crazy. This might not be a horrible drive after all. I was just worried that it was going to start getting like Idaho, where I started smelling smoke and feeling the air thicken a little bit. Maybe it won't be like that though, who knows. Also, I think my lunch is ready, so whenever I do find a good place to pull off, I will, and then I'll have a lovely lunch, and then off again we go. I still have quite a ways. This section, there has been a fire in the past that's gone through it, and you can just see all the trees are just decimated. It's super, super sad. But there are also pieces of new growth all around. So the forest always replenishes itself. It still doesn't make it any less sad though. These are all tiny little trees that were probably planted to replace the trees that were burned. Okay, I'm at a pull-off, so it's time to eat, and then I'll show you kind of what I'm looking at. I'm very excited about this. Ooh, toasty, toasty. It's perfect. This is actually pretty good. There's a little bit of spiciness to it because of the green chilies, but super good. Really happy that I picked this up. I found this at a Safeway, and it was a brand that I hadn't seen before, so I decided to give it a shot. I'm glad that I did. I'm gonna finish up my lunch and you guys can check out my view. Okay, I wrapped up my lunch. Back on the road we go. We still have 2 hours and 38 minutes. That's not including any stops that I make along the way. So it says that we should get there before 5 o'clock. That's great. That's a good time to get there if I can find a good shaded spot. Oh yeah, also, welcome to Colorado. Okay, we're going around the roundabout here in Frisco on our way to a Walmart real quick because I want to stop off and get a few things before I go to camp. So I thought this would be a good place to do it. In all reality, there's also a Whole Foods and a Safeway here. And so I figured that I can find what I'm looking for at one of these three places. I'm not sure which of these three places, but one of them. I may end up going to the Safeway first if I can turn in there, and then I'll get some gas and then I'll just go to Safeway. Currently the battery system is working, 96%, 62%, and I think the other one was like 92%, so not too bad. Popping off, gas is $3.58, totals $26.08. Still had gas, but I wanted to make sure I was fully topped off because I'm about to go through an area that has no service, so I figured that was smart. Whoop. Okay, now that I've gotten everything, I'm about to turn off at Copper and head down to Leadville, and it should only be about 20 more minutes. I'm gonna go to my favorite place, which is just outside of Turquoise Lake area at the BLM. From there, I don't exactly know what I'm gonna do, but I'll figure it out tomorrow. Oh, but I'm gonna love being back in the high country. I truly enjoy life above 10,000 feet. Now this should be really wonderful, and I can't wait. And I shouldn't have as much of a hard time adjusting as I did the last time, simply because I'm not coming from the super low country. I've been coming from some altitude. Oh, I made it to my camp. I've just got to get everything kind of set up. I'm in kind of a different place this time. There's a lot of people out here. The last time that I was here, I kind of came toward the end of a weekend, so there were a lot of people, and then the very next day it like cleared out. I'm here on a Thursday, so the Thursday that I am here, there's a ton of people, and I think they're probably here for the weekend, so this could be interesting. I don't know how long I'm planning on sticking around. I don't know if I'm planning on staying at camp or if I'm planning on moving around. I just know that I want to take advantage of sitting still for at least the rest of the afternoon. It's like 6:30. That's it. So 6:30, and then if I just rest, I don't know, we'll see where we're at. We'll see where we're at. Well, here we are. Home sweet home for at least 24 hours. We shall see, we shall see. But what started off today in Wyoming ended up in Colorado, and we avoided all of the really bad fires. And that makes me so happy. Oh, I'm kind of sad that I couldn't do the things that I wanted to do, but if you're willing to pivot, you can find some pretty incredible things. And along the way, I enjoyed my drive, I had a good time, and now it's time for me just to enjoy myself here. Today was the high for the week at 77. The rest of the week's supposed to be cooler. So we're just going to play it by ear and figure out where we're gonna go next and see what kind of adventures are in store. I have no idea what that's gonna look like, but I am eager to share it with you guys. So remember guys, we're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time. I'll be seeing you next time. Bye. This place was epic.